Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing y'all my night routine as someone who works full time, which just means for about 8 to 9 hours Monday through Friday I am at work, which also just means that a lot of the time the only time I get to take care of myself, cook, clean, take part in hobbies or other endeavors is that time right after work. So I really try to make the most out of my nights and try to find a good balance. Every night can honestly go really differently based on my mood and what I want to or have to do, but the same general idea every day is to balance completing general responsibilities like cleaning or cooking with doing at least a little bit of what I'm trying to make a habit or routine, as well as relax. Every night is not perfect, but I definitely try to put my best foot forward. So I'm going to get into this video. I hope y'all enjoyed my little and quick grocery haul that I had going on here in the background, and also enjoy watching my night routine on this particular day. So one thing that I find really helpful for my nights is setting some intentions before I even get off. I do this so I don't get behind or fall off on things I'm working on, and so that I don't overwhelm myself with a big task later on. It also helps me be consistent with things and helps me feel more productive. Some people use an agenda, some people use a notebook, some people use a calendar, and you could even use some post-its. Whatever your heart desires. I just use my notes app. I usually just pull up a note, usually during my lunch break, put the date at the top, and type out the top things I want to do when I get home. And I try to keep the list fairly short as to not overwhelm myself. When you have a long to-do list, it can seem very intimidating, whereas when you have something short and sweet, it looks super easy and simple enough. At least that's what it seems to me. I do have a planner, which I want to use more often to do more week by week or long-term planning, but I find my phone is just the easiest thing, and I always have it on hand. So this day was a Friday, and I knew I wanted to cook, so I went to the store. So I'm just unpacking those things here. I bought enough to make chicken tacos as well as some food for the weekend, and I also bought some stuff to make margaritas because it was Friday and I thought it would be fun. So after I did that, I went ahead and got in the shower. I personally always just can't wait till I can wash off the day and all of the energies and stress from the day. I need a reset when I get home. It's just a good way to feel like whatever happened in the day, I'm not carrying it on to the next day or into my night. I'm just washing it off and starting fresh. Also because I just want to wash my body, and I feel like after work is just a great time to do that so I can settle and be comfortable. Generally, my routine is to do feminine hygiene, then a base wash, then my scented and or moisturizing body wash, and then after that I'll finish with a scrub if I want to do that. And that's basically what I did here. And then I'm getting out the shower and moisturizing, using my lotions, oils, making sure that I use deodorant. All that happens after the shower. And of course at night you can kind of spend a little bit more time moisturizing and giving your body some TLC. So now that that is all done, I'm just going to go ahead and get into cooking and cleaning basically. So today I wanted to make chicken tacos. I was just in the mood for this. So basically I put all the chicken in that big old bowl, seasoned it with the seasons I showed, and then put it in the air fryer at 400 for 20 minutes on one side, and I put it in for 20 minutes on the other side as well, but I really could have did probably more like 15 because it was a little burnt. As an additional side, I used the Zatarain Spanish rice mix, and I just made that. Keeps things simple and I like it. I just bring it to a boil, put it on low for like 20-25 minutes. So that's what I did. Always really good with like tacos or nachos. And then after that I cut up my vegetables for my pico de gallo, and I just did a red onion, cilantro, and aroma tomatoes, and then added some basically salt and pepper and lemon pepper, and that's how it turned out. And then next I made some salsa, which basically I just doctored up some Kroger brand salsa, but I just added tomatoes, these Rotel diced tomatoes, lime juice, some seasonings, that's cayenne pepper, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion. I also use crushed red pepper, and a lot of that, I basically covered the whole entire surface with that. I feel like that's a key ingredient. And then I also use chili powder, and a lot of that is really spicy. I add brown sugar, and this kind of helps tone down the spice but still keep all the flavor. So I made that and let it sit in the freezer so it could get nice and cold so we can eat it, because that stuff is bomb. There's my done rice. At this point the chicken is probably almost done. So at this point, before like I start to serve the food and sit down to eat, I like to kind of clean up my space, just because after I eat I'm tired. I want to sit down. I don't really want to get up. So if I do end up not getting up, I want to just know that I at least did something. So I went ahead and just cleaned up. I try to clean up as I go, but sometimes, you know, it's not gonna ever end up clean right after you're done cooking. So I went ahead and tried to empty out the sink as best I could, and also just wipe off the counters. So how I do my dishes, I just take some Dawn, some hot water, and a sponge, and I'll basically scrub down the dishes, and then I'll put them in the dishwasher. I don't ever put like just straight dirty dishes in the dishwasher. I like to actually clean them first, or scrub them down, get everything surface off, and then it goes in the dishwasher to get like a deeper clean. When I hand wash, I'll just use a sponge to get anything that's like stuck on the sides of a pot or whatever I'm hand washing, and then I'll use an actual dishwashing brush to get in there and really scrub it down and hand wash it if it can't go into the dishwasher. And then, kind of similar to the dishes, I'll take a soapy sponge and get everything that might be stuck on the counter and not that easy to wipe off, and just give it a good wipe down. After I scrub the counters, I go in with a multi-surface spray or disinfectant spray, and I'll wipe it down. And that will kind of be like my final wipe down of the counter. And while I'll let that sit, I sweep the floor, make sure there's nothing on the floor, any dropped food or anything that needs to get up. And then I'll wipe off the counters, and I'll be ready to go ahead and eat. So here I'm just setting up the food so that I can easily make the tacos. And I just use a soft shell, low carb tortilla. Here's the chicken. I did cut it up into small little strips. And then there's my finished rice, my pico, salsa over there to the side. And then on my taco, I'm just using the Ortega sauce. Those are the wraps that I'm using. So use just a Mexican cheese blend. But you can see me build it here. I thought these weren't that hard to make. I just had mostly the same ingredients. A lot of tomatoes, onions. Get your rice, get your chicken. And it's fairly inexpensive, and then it's really filling. I only had one, and I was full with some rice on the side, so it was really good and really easy to make. So boom, fast forward, I'm done eating, and now it's time to put away all the food, all the dishes, wipe off anything that might have fell on the counter. But yeah, now we're gonna finally close up shop. This is probably the hardest part for me because I do not feel like cleaning, but today, since it was Friday and I knew I was making a margarita, I was motivated. So I made me a little margarita, had my tequila, and then some triple sec. And then I added some grenadine for fun, and also some simple syrup, my agave, and then I also, of course, added lime juice. So I mixed all of that and added it to my little shaker thing and shook it up and made me a little drink, and it was really nice to sip on. So that was basically my night. I just got my drink, got my popcorn, watched some TV. Then before going to bed, I of course had to brush my teeth and wash my face. I use CeraVe to moisturize. I always use Aquaphor before I go to bed because my lips get really dry. Then I brush my teeth with the Sensodyne toothpaste and floss my teeth of any like chicken, popcorn, anything like that with the Grin flossers, and then I also use my tongue brush. I'm also going to moisturize my hands before I go to bed just because I wash them a lot when I cook and clean, so I want to make sure they're not super dry in the morning. I'm just using Lukrembo and some rosehip oil, and I'm going to call it a night. I hope you all enjoyed, and please comment and don't forget to subscribe and like this video.